Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1990, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Which type of artillery has a relatively short barrel and is designed for indirect fire, commonly used in a battlefield support role? Howitzer. Which Central American country has its capital city located in Belmopan? Belize. Which 1968 science fiction film was based on Arthur C. Clarke's short story, The Sentinel? 2001, A Space Odyssey. In Norse mythology, which god is associated with poetry? Bragi. Which astronomer published his landmark work in 1543, proposing a heliocentric model that challenged the geocentric view and helped spark the scientific revolution? Answer: Nicholas Copernicus. Which American TV series featured a main character who often said, "I love it when a plan comes together"? The A-Team. In 2008, Daniel Day-Lewis won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance in which film? There Will Be Blood. Which organ contains the amygdala, a structure crucial for emotion regulation and memory? Brain. Which U.S. state is famously associated with the Beach Boys and known for its surf culture? California. Which fictional detective, created by writers Frederick Dene and Manfred Lee, is known for solving mysteries with a distinctive blend of logic and intuition? Ellery Queen. How many hours are there in one day and 2 hours? 26. Raleigh is the capital of which U.S. state? North Carolina. Which actress, best known for playing Jennifer Hart on the TV series Heart to Heart, 1979 to 1984, also had a notable theater career and is a longtime wildlife conservation advocate? Stephanie Powers. Which river discharges the largest volume of water in the world? Amazon River. What single word describes copying someone else's behavior or style, often as an expression of admiration? Imitation. What natural material is commonly used to pave roads in Guam? Coral. In which Shakespeare play are Valentine and Proteus the central characters? The Two Gentlemen of Verona. Which actor portrayed Dr. Ben Casey on the 1960s television series Ben Casey? Vince Edwards. Which major symphony was the first to include trombones in its orchestration? Ludwig van Beethoven, Symphony No. 5. Which U.S. president, known for his populist style, was the first to be born in a log cabin? Andrew Jackson. Which cartoonist, creator of the comic strip about a beagle named Snoopy and a group of children, created the animated special A Charlie Brown Christmas, which premiered in 1965? Charles M. Schulz. Which gemstone is considered the birthstone for January? Garnet. Which musical genre were Robert Johnson and Muddy Waters known for? Blues. What bird, often associated with Thanksgiving, is known as a rafter when in a group? Turkey. Derived from the Tagalog word bundak, meaning mountain, the U.S. English term boondocks, or the boonies, derogatorily refers to what kind of place? A remote, sparsely populated rural area. Which religious sect's compound was besieged in Waco, Texas in 1993? Branch Davidians. Which Australian territory is home to Flying Fish Cove? Christmas Island. What is the capital city of the Polynesian Kingdom of Tonga? Nuku'alofa. Who chaired the convention established by the European Council in December 2001 to draft a constitution for the European Union? Answer: Valéry Giscard d'Estaing. In which sport is Phil Mickelson a professional? Golf. What element, known for its high melting point and used in light bulb filaments, has an atomic number of 74? Tungsten. What ring name did Muhammad Ali's daughter Laila fight under, and who did she defeat in her professional debut? She fought under the ring name Madam Butterfly and knocked out April Fowler in 31 seconds in her pro debut. In which movie are the main characters James P. Sullivan and Mike Wazowski? Monsters, Inc. What is the term for the business run by a general practitioner? Practice. Which Italian painter was forced to flee Rome in 1606 after killing a man in a quarrel? Caravaggio. Which actor, known for his roles in classic films, also served as the United States ambassador to Mexico in the 1980s? John Gavin. Which landmark building in Washington, D.C., did British troops burn in 1814? Answer: the White House, then called the President's House. In cooking, what is the term for briefly boiling vegetables and then immediately plunging them into cold or iced water to stop the cooking process? Blanching. What large, thick-skinned horned mammal is commonly found in Africa and Asia? Rhinoceros. Which chemical produced by the Haber process is essential for modern fertilizers and global agriculture? Ammonia. Which marine mammals commonly travel in groups called pods? Whales and dolphins. If mega denotes 1 million, what commonly used SI prefix denotes 1 millionth? Micro. In which country did the Romanov dynasty begin its rule in 1613? Russia. For which seminal British punk band was Steve Jones the guitarist? The Sex Pistols. Which luxury fashion house is famously associated with designer Donatella and her late brother Gianni, the renowned fashion designer? Versace, which Ford subcompact, first introduced in the mid-1970s, became known for its agility and fuel efficiency. Ford Fiesta, who headlined the Pyramid stage on Sunday at the 2011 Glastonbury Festival. Beyoncé, who wrote the line, "Rank is but the guinea's stamp, the man's the gold for all that." Robert Burns, in which 1985 fantasy film did Arnold Schwarzenegger play the role of Calidor. Red Sonja, what Latin word meaning ever upward is the state motto of New York. Excelsior. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.